Hello, guys. Welcome. I'm so excited for our guest. So, welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. We are going to be talking about how to build your brand. We have our guest who is so inspiring. He has had some major health struggles and he has really pushed through. He has a show. He's got Courtney's Corner. He's a leading music minister, and there's so much more. I'm so excited and so honored to have him here. So, I would like to welcome Mr. Courtney Starks.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing so well. I'm so excited that you're here tonight.
Thank you. First and foremost, I'm going to have you come with me everywhere I go for my intros. That was amazing. Thank you.
Oh. Of course. Yes. So I have so much love and respect for you after reading your story and seeing everything that you've been through. You are such a huge inspiration. So tell me about your journey.
My journey is so multi-layered that we can be here forever. But I can just kind of start off, I guess just like a small synopsis. Like I said, I did have a bunch of health struggles, growing up all through high school. I was the sick kid, I was labeled like the sick kid. I was, every year I can count on the time that I would get sick. Right after high school, I was getting ready to go to college, and then my life took a turn for the worse. I lost my kidney. My kidney shut down. Right after high school. I was literally on my way to college, and they shut down. So my life had to be completely transformed and completely changed. And I struggled for a long time with accepting the fact that I wasn't normal. You know what I mean? I wasn't normal, and my life would never be normal again. And I went through that process. I got my kidney transplant call the first time. I was ready. I was prepared. I'm like, hey, this is it. This is it. I'm ready. And I get on the table. I'm like minutes with being put to sleep, and they go, "You can't have it.
Oh my
You
God.
can't have it." So imagine that. You know what I mean? And then
Wow.
I went through those next 3 years like this in pain and anguish, but
Yeah.
in that anger and in that pain birthed some creativity. And I realized that I couldn't stop being who I am because something inside of me just wasn't working correctly. I had to
Right.
take charge. I had to take the ownership over it, and I had to not let it control me. And in 2017, I got my kidney transplant. So that allowed me the opportunity to get a chance at a second life. And when I
Yeah.
did that, I never looked back. I've not looked back since.
Oh, I love it so much. And that's so hard to go through that. I had my mother, both my parents had passed away, but my mother was dealing with some illnesses my whole life growing up, and seeing her and the emotions of always being sick and always, thinking that there was hope and then getting crushed and then, just getting through that. To keep your positive attitude that you have is just so inspiring.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, but I
Yeah.
realized that in order to get through the journey, I had to find something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I had to find something, and the amazing people that were supporting me and around me kept me going.
Oh, and I love that you turned something that was so challenging and kind of dark into something so beautiful. And now you're shining a light on other people and really, using your voice to help others.
Yeah. I've always been this guy, but
Yeah.
that illness kind of like took control. I always say back in 2010 when I first started Courtney's Corner, I was that guy. But there was something in me that needed to be transformed. I needed to find the purpose behind what I was doing instead of just coming out here and saying I'm doing something and it didn't really mean anything. So
Yeah. And I love that, especially like now with the way things are going in the world and how difficult they are, finding your purpose and really taking that time to just really reflect within and do something that you really love and passionate about and put something that helps other people.
yeah, and that's exactly all that is.
Yeah, I love that. So tell me about Courtney's Corner.
So Courtney's Corner started out as a literal conversation that I was having on my broken down Toshiba laptop. I remember getting it like my junior year in high school and like traveling with it everywhere. And
Uh-huh.
Courtney's Corner wasn't even named by me. I always tell people that. Like people always, oh, that's a great name. I just remember having these conversations on Facebook when Facebook first came out,
Yeah.
and somebody just like, hey, this is great, Courtney's Corner. And I was like, whoa, boom. So
Yeah.
it started out as a small little one-on-one conversation, and it transformed into a brand that looks
Wow.
to inform, inspire, and engage a group of people who just are stuck right now in these social issues and are trying to find outlets and platforms to utilize their voice to give back to those right now who are in need,
Yeah. Yeah. That's so incredible. And you have also other stuff too. You have a podcast, correct?
Yes. So underneath Courtney's Corner, we have a lot going on.
Oh, tell
So
me.
now, so not only do we have the Courtney's Corner talk show, we named it our little brother. So you always have that. It's always the first child who's like polished and put together and can do no wrong, right? Because you kind of learned uncensored podcast is literally the rebel, the baby brother of the team. It's vocal, it's raw. You say what you want. You give great facts, but you're not apologetic for anything you say. You're unfiltered. You're not polished at all, and
Yeah.
you speak your mind. And then we have my baby, one on one with Courtney Starks, um, which kind of rebirthed during COVID.
Wow.
Knowing that you're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we spend so much time, not picking up the phone, not checking in on people, not calling people and just telling them you love them until it's too late. And
Yeah.
having experienced COVID, I realized that there's no such thing as the present, right? There's no such thing as that. So give people their flowers while they're here. And that's where Courtney's Corner was birthed from.
Oh, I love that. You've inspired me so much just now. I'm going to take that next step and tonight, just like live in the moment and appreciate the moment.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love it so much. Yeah, you have so many different things going on. How do you manage to juggle it all and keep centered and, organized with it all?
So in the beginning, I took a lot on. Like I took a lot on, and I want to be transparent about this because some
Yeah.
people don't realize that you need people. You need people around you to assist you in this. This is not an easy industry, and if you are thinking that you can do this all by yourself, it's going to be even harder. I have a big team of people who uplift me and pour into me every single day, who keeps me centered, but also tells me the truth. Like if I'm out of line or I'm like way too big headed, they're like, Cody, calm down. Like relax. Like let's get to the bigger picture here, I'm the visionary. I always say this, I'm the visionary. So like I can see the idea and it may not make no sense to anybody else, but I see it.
Yeah.
And they're like, Courtney, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But they support me. They go for the ride, and you know,
I love it. And it's like you said, it's incredible to have that support system and to have people that will be honest with you and that
yeah,
will help you along the way and that are also motivating and supportive and encouraging.
yeah. You need it. It's so necessary. And I didn't think I needed it in the beginning, but now that I'm in this space, oh my God, I'm so thankful for them.
Yeah, yeah. And that's so funny because I can relate with you. I have like the bigger picture I can see, and I'm like the
Mhm,
big vision. And I have my editor and best friend and partner who's helping me with my show. And
mhm.
he will be like, okay, this is like focus, big picture. And it's like, okay. And we have so much love for them.
Yes, yes, it's so true.
Yes, it's so true. That's so fun. So, what advice would you give someone who is really wanting to, start something new and really step up their social media and just, step up their platform?
I always say, do your research first.
Yeah.
Do your research. There are tons of platforms like this happening. So
Yeah.
you need to be able to find your own lane and not be ashamed of what you want to do. I
Yeah.
always tell people, get your target audience. Who are you targeting? What are you targeting? What is your purpose? What are you trying? What's your message? What's your mission? Before you want to just jump in and say, hey, I'm in media. It's not as easy as it seems. You know what I mean? So like being able to find your target audience, know your mission, and start small. A lot of people want to get to the big stars and the big celebrities like overnight.
Yeah.
No, there are, and I say this and I mean this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Courtney's Corner started with people who were just everyday next door neighbor working 9 to 5s who had things going on in their life who I found was inspiring. You know, my first celebrity didn't happen until early this year. You know, but
Oh,
we worked extremely hard, and I always tell people now, like the big stuff are the people who are next door to you. That's the
yeah,
big stuff. The people who have the organizations and the mom and pops in your communities. That's the big stuff. You know, the celebrities, don't let that. You know, don't let that kind of solidify who you are, because
yeah.
that's not your base. Your base is where you are in that moment. You know.
Ah, I love that. That's such incredible advice. That's so true. Yes, and congratulations on your show and
Thank
just
you.
seeing how your show has evolved and
Yes.
seeing how you're just growing has been
Mhm.
very incredible to watch.
Thank you so much. It's been hard. Like it literally, I tell people like, especially during COVID, one of the
Yes.
things that I that allowed me the opportunity to, and one of the, when I want to say people, I want to people, it's okay to re recharge your passion. A lot of times we do so much that we lose the meaning behind what we're doing. We lose the passion. And going through COVID gave me the opportunity to fall in love again with what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
had to I had to go back to the point in time where it was just you and me. So one
Yeah.
on one is basically a relaunch of how
Yeah.
Courtney's Corner started back in 2010. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like just being able to go back to that and go back to that simplicity allowed
Yeah.
me the opportunity to find a passion for what I do. You know?
I love, and it shows so much that you have such a huge love and such a huge passion for it. And I think that's why
Yes.
people love you so much. And that's why they, resonate with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes a difference. I think everyone should, especially now during COVID and during difficult times, really just refocus and really find what you love and find that passion and let that drive you.
Yeah, and also like I said earlier, and never be afraid to stay in your lane. Like you
Yes.
don't have to worry about being in anybody's lane. I always tell people, "Oh, yeah, I want to sit at the table." No, make your own table, and then you get to dictate who get to sit around you. You don't
Yes.
let that be the other way around. You know what I mean? Create your
Yes.
own table, create your own platform, and even though there's a thousand things going on that seem like it may be the same as yours, no one can ever be a carbon copy to your originality. Simple as
Yes.
that. What you bring to the table is always going to be original as long as you're true to yourself.
Ah, yes. I love that so much. Be true to yourself. Yes. It's so true because I think that sometimes some people are worried that they're too weird or they're too
Hmm.
their own way. And, this is too off the wall. And I think that that's what people love is your
Yeah.
uniqueness and just embrace your uniqueness and what God gave you.
Yeah, and and I started Courtney's Corner, and we literally were talking about stupid stuff like sex and things of like parties and stuff. And I redid right, and I had so many people because let's be really clear, people love drama, people love talking about sex, all the other stuff. When I
Yeah.
redid Courtney's Corner again, and I'm like, hey, we're talking about things of the community. We're talking about giving back. We're talking about pouring into people. People were like, uh, I don't really know. I don't really think. You know what I mean? And I look back at myself now. I'm like, what if I stopped? What if
Wow.
I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore because no one's interested. You know?
Yeah.
So don't give up
Yeah.
on yourself or your dream.
Yes, I love that so much. I feel like today has been a really incredible theme. My last guest and you are also so inspiring and it's like never give up. Don't give up. I feel like that's like the universe is saying, today to everyone, don't give
Yes,
up.
especially now in the times of uncertainty. Everybody's so afraid of what's going to happen tomorrow. You every day should be a new day for you to reinvent who you are.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
know?
I love that so much. And I love that have stayed on your path. You decided you wanted to take the show into a different way and you didn't let people tell you to not, to do it a different way. You
Yeah.
really were firm with your vision and you went for it.
Yeah, like one thing about me, I've already been stubborn. I was born this way. So when people were like, "Oh, maybe you should try," I remember, I never forget this, and I'll tell the story till the day I die. I had a partner, and my partner was like, "Maybe you should talk about sex again," and I'm like, I made it very clear that this is not what I'm doing. Um, and they didn't understand. They didn't understand. They didn't get the picture. They didn't get the bigger picture, and I'm just like, okay, so if you're not gonna rock with me, then we're not gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's important, like you said, if there's people that won't support you or understand or rock with you, then maybe it is time to find a different group of people that will be in that circle of what your vision is and what you're wanting
Yes,
to give.
yes. It's so true. Like people are always so quick to box you in where
Yeah,
they think you're supposed to be in. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that's not their choice. You don't get to do that. You
yeah.
know?
I love that. That's so true. Yeah, I actually had, when I first started my show, people telling me that I should do more of the sexy side and
Hmm.
more of the drama and feed the drama. And I was like, no, that's not where I want to go. That's not my vision. That's not, or, use my looks. And I'm like, no,
Right.
I'm not just a pretty face. I've got something to say. Like, no, I am. Okay, bye.
Right. And
Yeah.
not being afraid to stand firm, even if that means you got to lose some people to
Yeah.
get to where you got to go. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's so true. Is there anyone that you'd want to collaborate with on your shows?
um, I would definitely love to partner with like other. One thing that I want to do is I want to do like a team panel of other talk show hosts, right? And just kind of come together and collaborate with visions, even if it's like a week thing or a weekend thing. But we all have so much that we bring to the table
Yeah.
that there's no need for competition. We're competition with ourselves. Like if
Yeah.
we partner together and work together and collaborate together, how powerful would that be for other people to see? Like, look,
Yeah.
if they can do it, we can do it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. And I love that you said, it's you don't have to dim someone's light in order to shine, that everyone has their own unique thing to bring to the table. And
Yes.
that would be super incredible to see, a bunch
Mhm.
of hosts and people together bringing their own unique voice.
Yes, it would be so dope. Like one of the things that I want to do, and that we're in the process of doing, is like the multiple host type of show where we'll
Yeah.
have people, displaying the different platforms and like coming together, and making it a collaboration, not just for ourselves, but for the people to be able to
Yeah.
give back and to show love and pour into these communities. You know?
Yeah, that's so true. It's so important. The communities and the people right now are so important and need something that's uplifting, inspiring, and, entertainment too.
Yes, it's so true. It's true.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. So as far as like future stuff, what other stuff do you have happening for you?
So this
Or
week, this week we're doing our toy drive, our first annual toy drive. We've been planning this now for a long time, and we get the opportunity to do like this Christmas spectacular, where it's going to be Winter Wonderland meets Christmas Village, and we get to do that for the young kids age 6 to 14. We've been collecting donations and all these good things, and my house looks like the North Pole right now, and we have all these gifts we're giving back. We're giving back to 100 kids in hospitals, a
oh,
hundred kids living in family shelters, and then we have kids coming to the event on the 20th to
oh,
participate in many activities that we have going on. We have
oh.
season 3 in the works. I'm in the works of writing my book, my testimonial,
Ooh,
and yeah,
oh,
so like it's going to be really big and uncensored. Everybody's been asking me because the rebel of the group, where is he?
yes.
Uncensored will be coming back March of 2021.
Ooh, that's so exciting. So what is it like writing a book?
Oh my God, it's been so hard. Number one, I realized doing this book that I can be so unfocused. I can go from writing down a paragraph to being hungry. So now I got to go to the fridge and get something to eat. Then I got to check my social media. So then that takes me off course. And then in the middle of me writing, I'm like, okay, well, how did I even get here? How did I jump to this part of the story? I missed the whole meat of the story. So like, it's been hard, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
I love that so much. That's like kind of how I am. I tell one of my best friends that I have 20 browsers going on in my head. And I'm like, we call it squirrel when we get sidetracked. It's like squirrel.
Yes. That,
and
that ex- That's exactly what I do. Like even this morning, I started writing, and the next thing you know, I was eating like eggs. I'm like, how did this even happen? I wasn't even hungry. What is going? It's insane.
I love it so much. Yeah, that's so exciting though that you're actually putting your life into a book and you're, using it to help others because I feel like it's so important. So many people are scared to talk about, struggles they've been through or,
Hmm.
things that they've overcome.
Yeah, and I think even at the young age that I was, there were
Yeah.
so many other young people who didn't get an opportunity to make it because they didn't have that support system. They didn't know, they were scared, and medicine is a lot further on than it was when I had a kidney transplant or when I was
Yeah.
going through that. And I feel like if I can be that bridge to help
Yeah.
those who are my age back then that I'm doing my job.
Yeah, I love that so much. Such a huge inspiration. And I'm so glad that you're healthy and you're doing
Thank you.
well.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes, of course. And you're also a minister.
Yes, so I've been doing youth ministry basically all my life.
Oh,
I love young people. My heart bleeds for young people. And Courtney's Corner kind of ventured off when I first started to millennials because I'm a millennial, so like I was speaking to my people, but my heart bleeds for young people, like especially now. Like that the knowing that the loss of that social community and the social gathering is lost and that communication is lost. I can only imagine what will happen years down the line. This is
yeah.
what's happening right now. So like if I can do my part to pour into our young kids and let them know that there's hope, that there's love in the midst of all this turbulence, and we'll get through it. We'll make it to the other side.
Yes, I love that so much. Hope and love is such a huge staple right now. It's so needed to be said so many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. And I would tell people like I had people who poured into me and I was bad. I was the bad kid when I was growing up. I was really rebellious at a certain age. And like I had people who mentored me and
Uh-huh.
because they mentored me and they did that tough love, I'm here today. So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I would have never guessed that you were a bad boy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you see me now, you're like, no way. No way. But yes, I was. Courtney Starks was definitely a mess.
I love that. I used to be a mess too. So I used to be a little rebel girl.
Yes, you can't. That's a part of life you have to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it so much. And then you also lead the music, right?
Yes, I have been singing since I could talk. I always tell people. I think my first words were in song, and I had a music ministry with my really close friends. It was called Kingdom Builders, and then I kind of ventured off and did my own thing. And I had did a song, and I always tell people I wrote a song called "Must Be Divine," and literally I wrote that song in 2017 in March, and it was a week before I got my kidney transplant. So it aligned perfectly. Like I wrote it that Friday, and then that following Friday, I got called for my transplant. So like it was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's incredible. Definitely something and angels and are watching out for you and God.
Yeah,
And definitely it was meant to be.
yeah. It was that, and I mean, and I boo-hooed because the song felt different when you realize that okay, everything that I've been going through has been it's according to His will, according
Yeah.
to a plan. It was divine. And I was just like, there's no way that this song is any truer than what my life was.
Wow, that's so incredible. I just got chills. Oh, I love it so much. Did you want to sing anything?
No, I can't really sing right now because I like my staff here are just looking at me like, I didn't even did all this, Courtney. So like
I love it. So much fun. Thank you, Christopher, for tuning in. Hello. Hope you're enjoying our show. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, so exciting. Is there anyone that you want to do a shout out to?
I want to shout out to the entire Courtney's Corner team. There's like 20, 30 of people on this team now. First and foremost, let me say thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me when things got bumpy because they really were bumpy. We were on a lot of potholes, but we're here now, and I couldn't have done this without them. We have two teams. We have our media team and now our community initiative team who have helped me do all these give backs and volunteer work for our community. I thank all of you guys, and to my family. I know I'm the ugly duckling of the group because I'm like so different in many different ways. But thank you guys for supporting and loving me and having my back when I needed you the most.
Oh, there is so much love for you, and there's so much love from your fans too, and from just everyone. I have so much respect, and I just
Thank you.
look at you as a huge inspiration. So thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So,
No, thank you so much.
was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Um, Please continue following IG. I'm at Courtney Stark Official. Follow me on Facebook. Our website is being remodeled, so that will be out early next year. And continue just keeping us in prayers. If you would like to donate to the cause, just Once again, follow at Courtney Starks Official for any all updates on how we're doing the toy donation. We're still getting out toys after the 20th. So if you would like to donate and do your part in helping the community, please, once again, at Courtney Starks Official on IG.
So exciting. I love it. I'm so about helping the kids and helping the community. And your information will be posted also in our live once we share it with everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What is it that you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for being genuine. I want to be remembered for doing my part in giving back and also loving unendlessly and just giving it out and pouring it out and just hopefully inspiring other people in the midst of all their trials and tribulations to give back as well.
Yes, I love it so much. And you're already a huge inspiration, and you're so loving, you're so giving, and you're just so real. And I love that you're so genuine and just open with everything that you've been through.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for illuminating the world with your presence.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. It has been such a pleasure and such an honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. It means a lot.
Of course. Of course. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one